And welcome to the next video in How Cool Is This, as I just sort of dig through some of the cool things I've bought over the years and just feel the need to just show them off. I kind of like videos like this because so often I've seen in magazines where a book's coming out or a collector's set of some kind is coming out, and I never know whether it's worthy to splurge the money, whether it's worth it, what's going to be inside this book or collector's set. And sometimes times are hard, you don't want to spend too much money, and so I thought I'm going to dig out some of the things I have bought, do these very little sort of show off videos, so maybe people out there will decide to buy the book, or maybe it's not quite what you thought and you might not buy the book. Let me know in the comments if you own any of these, by the way, and let me know your thoughts. So what we have here is another one of my books that I've bought, reasonable size, and this is it's all about David Fincher, as you've been staring at the cover for the past couple of minutes. So David Fincher, Mind Games. It's a book by Adam Nayman, and this is a book I picked up. I think I actually picked it up last year, but it's a 2021 book. I'm a huge fan of David Fincher. I always have been a huge fan of David Fincher, so much so when he had, and I'm trying to think when I did this, I wrote to David Fincher, and I think it was around the time that Seven had come out. So we're talking mid-90s, and that film had blown up and everybody loved it, because why wouldn't you, because it's an amazing film. And I wrote to him saying, great work, I'm so glad to see you doing really well, especially after the treatment that you went through on Alien 3. And there was a whole lot more. I wish I still had copies of the letter that I wrote to David Fincher. But he wrote back, did David Fincher. He wrote back a nice little letterheaded paper, and thanked me for the kind words that I'd given him. So this is like a treasure. This obviously doesn't come with this book, but I just wanted to sort of tie it in with my admiration of David Fincher, because it obviously works well with this. So what we've got is, this covers all his films. It does tell you on the back which films it covers. So it pretty much, if you notice here, it starts at 7. Obviously it does cover Alien 3, so these aren't in date order, but it does cover Alien 3, 7. It goes right up to Mank. So this is how pretty recent it is. So obviously it covers Benjamin Button and Fight Club and The Game and Panic Room and all the Fincher films that you love. So there is a lot of writing in this one as well, which is good. I'm not a huge fan of these sort of books that don't contain writing. I mean, it's nice flicking through photographs, but how many times are you going to do that? You really do want the writing. So as you can see, there's a ton of text in this book. There is tons. And in some sections, not so many photographs. But yeah, there's a whole interview section at the back. You do have a lot of photos, which are great to see. Fincher is a genius with the way his films look. Obviously, you don't really need me to be rabbiting away whilst you're looking at all these. Gone Girl, great film. See all of these influences, stills from the film. It is pretty much the ultimate Fincher encyclopedia. And along with this book, and if you listen to a lot of the Blu-ray commentaries or DVD commentaries that Finch does, then you can become a Finch expert within a week or two. It's great, glorious book. So I would highly recommend this. Panic Room, who doesn't love that? Even mentions Nicole Kidman, as well it should. But I am quite happy that it does include a lot of stuff from Alien 3, because Fincher is, he's on record as not wanting to be on record too much about Alien 3, understandably why. They were they didn't realise what genius they had when he was involved in that film. All sorts. Even Mindhunter. So it does cover the TV projects that Fincher was involved in. So a cracking book. As for the cost, this cost me £30 UK. This isn't signed by Finch, but you know, I do like to show this little signed Fincher card off where I can. But yeah, great book. So I would highly recommend Mind Games, David Fincher. Wonderful coffee table book. Looks amazing on a shelf. So I'd highly recommend that. Does make you want to go back and watch all of Fincher's films, which, as I said on the Oliver Stone video, that's no bad thing. Why do you need an excuse?